Hello everybody, this is Willie123T with another delightful MLP fanfiction reading, and my arm's kind of falling asleep. Don't really know why. I've been sitting in this position for a while. Better shift around and shit, because we're getting ready to read the one and only Trixie's Funhouse. Woohoo! And this is not suitable for all viewers and shit, so this is worse than cupcakes, let's put it that way. Alright, let's get to the pasta. Alright, I got a burp. Fuck. I'll just start. I'll probably end up burping mid-sentence. Gosh darn it. The young filly exclaimed as she and her two friends trotted down the road. I really thought that would work out, her unicorn friend replied. We're in trouble now, said the Pegasus filly. I knew this wasn't going to work. You really screwed this up, Applebloom. Hey, don't blame me. Sweetie Belle came up with the idea. I didn't come up with this idea. My sister told me to. Well, your sister's crazy to think that it was going to get us our cutie marks, replied Scootaloo. That was so stupid and embarrassing. Applebloom sighed. I guess we're not meant to be the cutie mark crusader prostitutes. Sweetie Belle, why did your sister tell us that we should solicit sex from the townsfolk? Scootaloo asked. Well, we already said it's very profitable business, and that we are so useless at doing anything else, that we might as well just ask for sex from random strangers. Wow, your sister's an asshole. The three friends continued down the road and came across a familiar face. I see you girls have a problem. Trixie, the three girls said. Yes, it is I, the gay and pitiful Trixie, and I'm here to help you. Why should we trust you, Applebloom said. Yeah, weren't you that hack show off that lied about the accomplishments, Scootaloo added. My sister has pictures of you in her private room. Applebloom and Scootaloo both shot a death stare at Sweetie Belle. What the fuck, Scootaloo mouthed. Okay, I know that I've had a bad past at Ponyville, but I, the gay and pitiful Trixie, is here to make up for it. I want to start by helping out you three fillies. I want to help you get your cutie marks. And you will do that how, Scootaloo asked? Well, first you have to follow me back to my house, located in a dark, secluded area, totally away from any living soul. Once there, we'll get to work on those cutie marks. That sounds perfectly reasonable, Scootaloo said. You in for this, Applebloom? I don't know. Sis will be awfully sore if I don't return home in time. But you know what? Screw her. I'm in. What do you say, Sweetie Belle? Dumb fabric. Scootaloo face up. Yeah, we're in. Great. Now follow Trixie to her wonderful and magical abode. The Crusaders followed Trixie to her totally not suspicious, not dangerous house located on the outskirts of Ponyville. We're here. The Crusaders gazed upon Trixie's home. It was pretty big for a home as the size of it was comparable to a warehouse. On the front of the house, above the door, there was a sign and it had spray painted on it, Trixie's Funhouse. This is it, Scootaloo said, unimpressed. Yes, now follow Trixie inside. Trixie opened the door and the Crusaders followed Trixie inside. Trixie locked the door behind them. Inside the Funhouse, it was pitch dark. I can't see a darn thing. It smells kind of funny in here. I like to eat paste. Oops, forgot to turn on the light. Trixie flicked the switch on. Okay, now who wants to get their cutie mark first? I do, Applebloom yelled. No, me, oh shit, I'm messing up all over the place. I lost my spot, so I had to be like, fuck. Alright, where was I? I do, Applebloom yelled. No, me, Scootaloo yelled. Sweetie Belle was slamming her head against the wall. Okay, you can all get it at once. Follow me to my special cutie mark acquirement room. Trixie ushered the three little fillies into the small room. So what do we do now? Take these, put them on. Trixie gave the fillies each latex suit. I am doing horribly. That was actually kind of a cough and a word. Okay, Scootaloo said and put the suit on. It's really tight, Applebloom said. Why are there holes on our flanks and unmentionable parts? Oh, you'll see soon enough. Now I want each of you to stand by the wall over there with the chains. Seems legit. The fillies quickly trotted over to the wall. Now raise your hooves up. The fillies raised their hooves up. And perfect. Trixie raised the chains up and wrapped them around the Crusaders. Now Trixie is going to have some fun with you little fuckers. Trixie took out a whip and lashed each Crusader across the face. Ah, what the fuck was that for? Scootaloo cried. Liking this fanfiction, I get to curse without doing my own little shits. Whatever. Trixie lashed them again. Applebloom started to cry. You hurt me. I'ma tell my big sis on you. Me and Rarity play this game all the time. Trixie lashed them again, ignoring their cries for helps. Okay, now that we're all warmed up, it's time to get fucking dirty. Trixie went over to the wall and unchained Applebloom, put on thought I heard a door opening. I was like, well, nope, not doing this fanfiction today. Anyways, Trixie went over to the wall and unchained Apple Bloom and put her in handcuffs. She threw her on a nearby table and laid her out. Time for Trixie to have some fun. Trixie started to insert... Alright. No one's home. Alright. Let's do this. Trixie started to insert her tongue into Apple Bloom's mouth. It squished around in her mouth. Trixie enjoyed every second of it. Apple Bloom continued to cry as Trixie inserted her hoof into Apple Bloom's clit. She felt around in her tender young vagina, penetrating her vaginal wall. There we go. Said it right. Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle continued to watch as Trixie and Apple Bloom's sweaty bodies touched and rubbed against each other. I want to go home, Apple Bloom cried. We haven't even started yet, dear. Trixie continued to finger Apple Bloom. I haven't even used any of my fun toys yet. Trixie reached under the table and pulled out a 13-inch long dildo. This should do the trick. She flipped Apple Bloom over and inserted the dildo deeply into her anus. Apple Bloom cringed and shook as the dildo penetrated her anus. The dildo was so far in her anus started to bleed. Trixie licked up the blood, enjoying the taste of it. She started to suck the blood straight out of Apple Bloom's ass. That tastes so good. Trixie started to orgasm. Damn, she's a weak-ass bitch. She then flipped to Apple Bloom back over and gave Apple Bloom oral sex. Trixie got into a 69 position and put her clit in Apple Bloom's face. Suddenly she ejaculated hard. The milky fluid got all over Apple Bloom's face. Ew, something got in her mouth. Once Trixie finished ejaculating, she reached under the table and pulled out a chainsaw. Apple Bloom's heart started pounding rapidly and she screamed for help. At this point, Scootaloo was crying and Sweetie Belle was slamming her head against the wall. Apple Bloom, no, Scootaloo cried. You're my only useful friend. Trixie revved up the chainsaw and slowly lowered it into Apple Bloom's leg. The chainsaw tore through her flesh. Blood went everywhere. Apple Bloom let out a final scream before fainting. Her leg had fallen off completely. This will do, Trixie said excitedly. She took the young filly's leg and inserted it into her vagina. She jammed it back and forth in her clit and soon had another orgasm. That was quick. I'll give her props. She may not be that weak. Maybe she's just so weak that... I don't know, but that was pretty fast. Another one in like that short amount of time? Damn. Oh, God. Sorry about that. Trixie revved up her chainsaw again and tore through Apple Bloom's neck, effectively decapitating her. She picked up her bloody head from the ground and put it on the table. Scootaloo puked from the horrible sight. Alright, who's next? Trixie said in excitement. No, fuck no, Scootaloo screamed and cried. Any pony, damn it! Some pony save us. I kept wanting to say buddy, but no, I'm doing it right. When I grow up, I want to be just like my sister, Rarity. Sweetie Belle, she just fucking raped and decapitated our best friend, and now she's going to kill us. Trixie unchained Scootaloo and put her on the table and held her down. Break a leg. Sweetie Belle, you are the biggest fucktard imaginable. Scootaloo was cut off by Trixie's hooves pounding her in the face. Trixie knocked most of the teeth from Scootaloo's mouth. She continued to brutally pound her in the face. Trixie then levitated Scootaloo's body a couple feet from the table. She picked up a knife and positioned it under Scootaloo's tender ass. She dropped Scootaloo, the knife penetrating Scootaloo's anus. Blood and excrement began to flow out of her ass. Trixie then levitated her body above the Trixie then levitated her body above the table and repeated dropping Scootaloo on the knife multiple times. Scootaloo cried and screamed for help. Trixie picked up some of the excrement from her anus and shoved it into Scootaloo's mouth. Trixie began to make out Scootaloo licking the inside of her shit-filled mouth. Scootaloo couldn't take the taste of the excrement and puked into Trixie's mouth. Trixie joyfully swallowed the puke and excrement and then puked herself. The puke got all over Scootaloo's face. Satisfied, Trixie picked up her chainsaw. If you couldn't tell by now, I wasn't blowing smoke when I said it's worse than cupcakes. Well, the story of cupcakes, that is. Anyways, we still got Sweetie Belle left, so let's see how that goes. No, Scootaloo's still alive. She's picking up the chainsaw. So she revved up the chainsaw and placed the blade right above her head. She pushed the chainsaw through Scootaloo's skull and forcefully tore through her whole body all the way to her flank. Trixie had thoroughly cut Scootaloo in half. She turned off the chainsaw and got up on the table. She took one bloody half of Scootaloo and rubbed it against herself, enjoying the innards of Scootaloo rubbing against her body. She put her face in her urinary tract and enjoyed the feces that rolled out. Trixie had another orgasm. That is 3 in like 10 minutes. Jesus Christ, woman. She wiped Scootaloo's remains from the table and set her sights on Sweetie Belle. Yay, my turn to get my cutie mark. Trixie face-upped. Fucking idiot. No, that wasn't my remark. That was what Trixie actually said, by the way. I know. Trixie unchained Sweetie Belle and put her on the table. She revved up her chainsaw and began to work on Sweetie Belle's horn. The chainsaw tore completely through the horn. Trixie took her horn and inserted it in the Sweetie Belle's vagina. Sweetie Belle laughed and got more excited as she did this. Despite the blood pouring out from her vagina, Sweetie Belle had an orgasm. More, more, she cried. So that's what Trixie did. She flipped Sweetie Belle over and stuck her horn in her anus. She jammed it in multiple times to the delight of Sweetie Belle. Did my cutie mark show up yet? What is it? What is it? Sweetie Belle started to annoy Trixie. For fuck's sake, can you please shut the fuck up? Trixie took the horn and shoved it down Sweetie Belle's throat. Sweetie Belle was choking on her own horn. Trixie continued to push the horn through until it went to the back of Sweetie Belle's neck. Blood seeped out through her neck as she took the final breath and died. Fucking stupid children can't shut the fuck up, Trixie angrily said. Trixie went over to a sink and cleaned herself up. An hour later, her phone rang. Trixie picked up the phone. Said, "Did you get the job done?" Yes, Trixie took care of her and her two dumbass friends. Oh, thanks, Celestia. I can finally work in peace without that little shit messing things up. Great, so you'll send me my payment? I'll come by later. Sound good? Yes, bring the bits. All the bits. Trixie hung up the phone and relaxed after a long, fun day of sex, rape, and torture. And that is the sick and sadistic story of Trixie's Funhouse. And if the person who wrote this is watching, you're a sick fuck. And goodbye.